Hello, my name is Leah Samples, and I am a 2016 Spring Dean's Fellow. The project that I've been working on this semester is called Mapping Access. And the purpose of this project was to draw upon geospatial data, participatory research, urban cartography, and new mobile technologies to map sites and strategies for accessibility on the Vanderbilt campus at large. The premise of this project is that mapping the accessibility of the Vanderbilt campus environment can provide both necessary information for navigating between buildings, but it can also provide knowledge and insight into the concept and practice of accessibility more generally. According to the late 20th century universal design movement, features of the built environment that benefit disabled users also benefit non-disabled users. Universal design goes beyond the narrow approach of accessibility compliance offered by laws such as the Americans with Disabilities Act to capture a broader range of built forms that enhance the experience of built environment for all users. There are some overarching purposes of this project. One, we wanted to map sites and strategies for accessibility on the Vanderbilt campus. We wanted to identify intersections and overlaps in forms of accessibility. And we wanted to create a campus-wide data collection event. And then after we collected that data, we would build a map linking the compiled data to campus sites. An example of this, or an example of accessibility that may be revealed on the map, is that somebody maybe want to know about where the wheelchair-accessible restrooms are, designated campus breastfeeding spaces, as well as all gender restrooms, and they can all exist in overlapping sites. So the first part of this project is we needed to gather some participatory research. So what we did is we conducted focus groups with potential users of these accessible spaces on campus. So first step is we developed a protocol, and we asked questions such as, what parts of the campus environment do you wish were more accessible? We contacted campus organizations, such as the Disability Awareness Partnership and the Transgender and Nonconforming Student Group, as well as the Peabody Accessibility Group, and then we conducted these focus groups. After we conducted the focus groups, we identified major themes in the data, and then we incorporated the focus group feedback into the accessibility survey. So the second step is to actually develop this accessibility survey and figure out what points of accessibility would we want to collect data on. So we created a sample accessibility survey in REDCap. We tested points on the Peabody campus. We incorporated the focus group feedback, as well as the U.S. Access Board regulations. And then we created a final draft of this accessibility survey in REDCap. And here's a sample of the actual survey that we created in REDCap. So the next part is that we actually had to collect the data, and we decided to do this through a one-day Mapathon event. And there were a lot of steps that went into this Mapathon event. We had to figure out the logistics of the day, we had to develop the schedule, we had to promote the event, develop the final survey, and then actually have the event itself. And here's some examples of some promotional material that we used, because we really wanted to reach the most users on campus. We also created a Facebook group as well. So after we promoted the Mapathon, did some logistics planning, we actually had the event. And we actually have some pictures from the one-day event. So you can see here is the registration table. And something else that I want to note is that throughout the day, we actually had a live map. And so as people went out and collected data on different buildings, when they submitted their survey to REDCap, it actually popped up in this map. So throughout the day, we could see what buildings were actually being mapped. And it was a really good way to engage all the people that came to the event throughout the day to know and understand that they really were making progress on this project. Here's another example up close of the live map. And throughout this day, we also had a live Twitter feed. And here's an example of a tweet that somebody did. They said, "And so it begins, hashtag #MapAccessVU." In this way, we were able to kind of understand how people were interacting with this project. Here's another tweet. Somebody tweeted a picture of accessible restrooms that they noticed on floors of a building. And throughout this event, we also had different panels. And so here's an example of a panel that we had that was about access as a feminist issue. So at the end of the day, we had 120 attendees. We surveyed over 50% of the buildings, and we consider that a success. So we have data on over 50% of the buildings on campus, which is really great and a great start to get this map started. So the next step is actually developing the map. And so what we have to do, there's a lot of steps in this process. We have to clean all the data. We have to create JSON drafts, develop code for all these data points. Then we have to actually make the map live. And so there are a lot of decisions that go into this process of actually figuring out what's going to go on the map. Here's an example of the raw data that we got. And so, we have all this raw data. We have to go through, clean it, actually think through what we want to include on this map, what would be most beneficial to users, and in what format would it be most beneficial. And so here's an example of a JSON draft in Atom. And so we're actually going through and creating code for each point on the map. And so this is, as you can see, really really laborious and time-consuming and takes a lot of work, and a lot of decisions have to be made. And so this is, a big part of the map as well. And so the end result, this is not the end result, but this is an example of what the end result will look like. It will be a map, a website, hopefully, that people are able to go and click on different layers of the map that they would find useful to them. So say, for example, somebody wanted to know where the all-gender restrooms were, as well as where the accessible water fountains were. They could click on those different layers of the map. They would show up, and then somebody would be able to then go to those locations. So we consider this a success and are really excited for the benefit that this will be to the greater Vanderbilt community. Thank you.